Machines are symbols of strength and endurance, yet they become the main characters in real-life horror movies. In 2024, a series of incidents involving trucks shocked public opinion. Join us to explore the extremely dangerous, eye-burning moments that exist. The terrible collision that occurred on the highway in Dubai caused the car to collapse. Oh my God. The impact caused the car to jump into the abyss, and the remaining cars caught fire. On a highway in Russia, two container trucks crashed head-on into each other, causing a loud explosion throughout the city block. The road repairman still hasn't recovered from the car's cornering phase. It was too dangerous. Two excavators, weighing tens of tons, were clinging to the side of the pass like a wounded animal. They swayed with every wind, their iron claws digging deep into the ground like claws trying to hold on. Every vibration of the machine makes people's hearts clench, and rocks sometimes fall down. So terrible. Like an action movie. The huge explosion caused the car to fly up like a superhero. A few seconds later, it continued to roll and collide on the road, causing it to explode. The dangerous collision seemed crazy. How could he do that? It is trying its best to cross this fast-flowing river. A truck was moving on the road, and before its eyes, the car collision was so scary, it exploded. Dramatic. The roar of the engine on the road creates a deafening symphony. The cars crashed head-on into each other. Oh my God. After falling, they lay flat on the ground as if exhausted. No one expected that on a peaceful afternoon. A terrible car crash would turn the street into a fire. Oh my God. My heart felt like it was about to jump out of my chest as the pickup truck drove straight into a deep puddle. Everyone held their breath and watched. Water splashed. The car sank deep. Only the roof of the car could be seen rising. Then slowly, the car rose again. The roar of the engine echoed. A round of applause rang out. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Everything comes at a price, including his stupidity. The situation happened on the road in America. The container truck lost control, swung and overturned. The road became white. Snow fell continuously. The truck traveling parallel accidentally turned the steering wheel and hit the front of the car with broken glass. The car wobbled on the dark road and overturned. Everything was great until they crashed and the car went missing. The situation makes it difficult for viewers to believe their eyes. Have you ever asked the question, how does this machine work? My heart felt like it was about to jump out of my chest when I saw this scene. The giant excavator lay motionless in the middle of an empty field, like a seriously injured monster. The crane tried its best, but it seemed too heavy. Everyone around held their breath, waiting for the results. Look at the bad situation that's about to happen. Oh no, everything happens so fast. Did you know that the Liebherr LR 13,000 crane is the largest in the world? My heart felt like it wanted to jump out of my chest. The car pulled up high, almost touching the white clouds. The cable is as taut as a guitar string and could break at any time. I don't dare to imagine what the consequences would be if that happened. The sound of metal shattering echoed everywhere. Look forward to seeing his stupidity come at a heavy price. In the small taxi that transported wood today, he had to compensate for a large loss. How sad. My heart sank, my eyes followed every movement of the giant excavator. The excavator, with its powerful angular lines, was hammering down on the rock, making it shake. Each blow of the hydraulic hammer causes the cliff to shake violently. Suddenly, a loud noise rang out. Rocks and soil fell into dust. Do you believe this car will pass? At a horrifying moment, the container truck lost control and crashed straight into the road, causing a loud explosion. The parking stunts are really stupid. Oh, no, we can see that rickshaw is truly a mobile monster on the road. The giant block of concrete it carried was long and protruding from the truck's trunk, looking dangerous. Every time the car turns, the concrete block shakes and sways, as if it wants to crush anything in its way. The driver walked very slowly, sweat pouring down on his face. The 8-ton Hyundai truck, with a dull silver body, dragged each step with difficulty on the swamp surface. Mud splashed and splashed onto the wheels, making the car even heavier. Black smoke rose. The spinning wheels were covered with mud. Every time the wheel rotates, the car sinks deeper. The driver was sweating profusely, his hands gripping the steering wheel tightly. The big disaster left the excavator stuck in the sewer for a long time. The incident occurred in an ambulance on its way to the hospital. The car was hit by a concrete dumper and sent straight into a lake in China. Two giant cranes, with shiny steel bodies, are struggling together with the giant rock. Long cranes stretched out, iron claws sunk deep into the rock. The machinery screeched loudly. Stone dust flew in the air. Unexpected situation occurred at Chinese port. The truck plunged straight into the river and sank. The truck carrying heavy wood slowly slid down the slippery slope. Every time the wheel rotates, dirt and rocks scatter and stick to the vehicle's trunk. The roar of the engine mixed with the sound of tree branches crashing against each other sounded really scary. Wooden crates are full. Tall tree trunks look like they are about to collapse. With each passing second, danger gets closer. In just a split second, the powerful impact turned the quiet road into a chaotic scene with deafening sounds. Without warning, my car stalled in the middle of the choppy water. My whole body felt frozen. Both surprised and worried, I didn't know what to do other than sit still and look through the camera. The rainy road was slippery. The container truck lost control and suddenly jumped to the side lane. Fortunately, the goods and the driver were okay. Oh my God! The temperature is too cold. The driver's whole body seemed to freeze in the snow and rain to save the car from the snow hole. The swamp is like a giant trap. The truck was sucked firmly into the thick mud. Every movement of the car causes the mud to shake violently. The driver was panicked. Cold sweat broke out, not knowing how to escape this dangerous situation. I'm sure it can't get over this slope. Do you believe it? The situation happened in England. The car was about to be covered in snow and was trying to roar and scream desperately. He escaped with help. The small car has long since become a mini apartment for the Duck family. After a historic rain, it stood in the middle of an artificial lake. The glass door was opaque, the interior was damp, but the ducks seemed extremely interested. They swam around in the cockpit as if holding a private party. The situation was recorded by the camera. The cargo truck swayed, emitting smoke on the road. Perhaps its tire was blown out. The driver still foolishly tried to run on the road. Finally, the explosion happened, lingering on the road. The truck blew out of control and spun several times on the road. A collision brought 3 cars to the side of the road. A situation where the car is running on the road suddenly turns over the side of the road and bursts into flames. Oh no! The tourist car was emitting black smoke. Perhaps it was about to explode. The fire slowly rose and burned everything in the blink of an eye. Black smoke billows. Visibility is limited. Everyone ran in panic. No one dared to come close. Luckily, no one was injured. It's so dangerous. I still don't understand what's going on. The muddy road was like a trap, holding the 2 trucks tight. The wheels sank deep into the mud as if swallowing the whole car, leaving only a small part exposed. The engine roared. The chassis shook violently. The scene was chaotic, like a battle between two giant monsters. Unexpected situation on the Canadian road. Two cars crashed into each other. The scene of cars spinning on the road, burning fiercely, made everyone who witnessed them shiver in horror. How stupid. Yes, he is trying to run as fast as possible to control the car rolling on the snow. The tractor roared angrily. The sprocket whirred and mud splashed. It was trying its best to pull the agricultural machine stuck in a deep mud puddle. However, the mud was too thick, making it difficult for the tractor to move. The creak on the road sounded like a symphony. Too annoying. 3 trucks were stuck in the middle of a muddy field, creating a gloomy picture. The slushy mud made the wheels spin wildly, but could not move up. The driver sighed, feeling extremely disappointed and depressed. Poor my dad's car. It has been with him for a long time. The car caught fire, plastic fell onto the road, and the sound of steel exploding was tragic. A bad day for him. My dad was very shocked. The cars are like boiled crabs, trying to crawl out of the pot, but being pulled back. Mud splashed around, creating an unexpectedly humorous performance. Perhaps they are thinking about calling a professional rescue vehicle for the whole group. At 12 o'clock at night in England, a terrible explosion occurred. When your efforts are just a nuisance to others. The car jumped into the curve like a skier. The car body tilted, the wheels screeched. It looked like it was about to flip over. However, surprisingly, the car steadily went through the bend in a spectacular way. Wow, awesome, my friend passed easily. Horrible situations are captured on camera on the road. Collisions leave extremely serious consequences. In a moment, the cars turned into piles of scrap metal, smoke, and dust rose, making the scene haunting. The once majestic gasoline tanker is now like a bull caught in a trap. The wheels kept sinking deep into the slushy mud. The car seemed to be dancing an unhappy disco dance. The driver's face turned pale, stepping on the accelerator and muttering incantations that probably wouldn't help in this situation.
Hey, what?
Oh my God! The car caught fire extremely fiercely on the side of the road. The situation was extremely tragic, along with screams for help from the surrounding people. The floating signal light flew like a bird in the wind. The steep and treacherous road is like a death trap. The car sped away like an arrow, suddenly hitting a large rock. The strong impact caused the car to lose balance and overturn into a deep abyss. The sound of creaking metal mixed with the driver's scream. The overloaded dump truck was trying to pass a giant rock on a narrow road. The trunk of the car was filled with goods so high that the weight of the car became heavy. The wheels sink deeply into the road surface, creating large ruts. Every time the car moves, it tilts dangerously, as if it could tip over at any moment. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Hope you have had fun and relaxing moments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support me.